Yes, my people, it's your boy Enzo, the realest in the game, and just like that, I'm back with another one. So guys, there's only 5 more nights before the big one at Wembley, Saturday night, the 19th of July. Oleksandr Usyk, Daniel Dubois will clash heads for all the marbles. That's right, the undisputed crown is on the line. And Daniel Dubois, he's got an opportunity to make history, man. He can follow in the footsteps of Lennox Lewis and become undisputed heavyweight champion. Can he do it? For me, it's going to be a tall order, man. He's going up against one of the greatest fighters of our generation in Oleksandr Usyk, an exceptional fighter, fantastic. He's just great. He's brilliant. He's everything. So it's going to be a tough fight for Daniel Dubois. Me personally, I already done my fight prediction. I've made my decision. I've come to a conclusion. Oleksandr Usyk will come up victorious come Saturday evening. And I'm not changing my mind no matter what happens from now until fight night. But listen, that is not what I want to talk about in this video today. We will talk about the fight more as the week goes on. As we get closer, we will be reacting to each day's developments. But what I want to talk about today is the recent interview that Daniel Dubois just done, where he talks about he's gonna knock out this old man called Oleksandr Usyk. So, Daniel Dubois, Don Charles, they seem to be relying on father time catching up to Oleksandr Usyk in the ring come Saturday night. This is what I will say. That is very dangerous thinking from Daniel Dubois and Don Charles. Listen, it's okay for someone like me to talk about Oleksandr Usyk's age. It's okay for people in the media to talk about it. But to hear it from the horse's mouth itself, I'm like, yo, that is crazy. That is dangerous. Because what happens if Oleksandr Usyk doesn't get old in the ring come Saturday night? What happens then? What happens if father time doesn't catch up to Oleksandr Usyk? Listen, there's many factors that play when it comes to a fighter's age. I understand in combat sports, the younger you are, the fresher you are, the more energy, etc., etc. I get it. It's biology, right? Father time really doesn't wait for nobody. But listen, there's some factors that we have to consider when talking about age, especially when it comes to Oleksandr Usyk. I'm going to dive into that. But before I do that, listen to what Daniel Dubois had to say about Oleksandr Usyk and his age. Check this out.
Pinnacle of where I'm going to be at. 27 years old, I'm in the prime, and I need to, take it away from this old man and get all the belts.
This old man? Is that what you look at him as?
No, well, it's the facts. He's 38 years old. You're not going to get back that energy that you were at 27. So that's what I'm going to do, put on him.
One thing we need to consider when it comes, in fact, it's not one thing, it's several things, yeah? When it comes to the age debate, yeah, about father time, etc., we have to take into account the lifestyle of the fighter. What type of lifestyle do they live outside the ring? Yeah, if you're someone like a Tyson Fury, we already know what life you're living. When Tyson Fury is not fighting or he's not in training camp, we know he's on a boozer. He's on a bender, he's doing whatever he needs to do, he's eating every crap in the world, he's on holiday, he puts on loads of weight, whatever. So we know Tyson Fury's lifestyle. When it comes to Oleksandr Usyk, this guy is very disciplined. Not only inside the ring, he's a perfectionist inside the ring. Outside the ring, he's exactly the same. This guy, as far as what I've heard, yeah, and I'm not sure, I'm not in his camp, but from what I've heard and what I've seen with my own eyes, Oleksandr Usyk, I don't think he even drinks alcohol. You know, he's always looking like he's in good shape, even outside of the ring, outside of training camp. He looks like he's in good shape. I don't think he abuses his body with drugs or anything like that. So he doesn't do any of that. He always looks like he's in good condition. He looks like he's always training and he's dedicated to the sport. Do you know what I mean? For him, boxing is a religion to Oleksandr Usyk. He's very, very disciplined, a top professional. So when it comes to the age, he's not really gonna be worried about that Oleksandr Usyk. Age won't really affect him like that because the way he trains, the way he looks after his body, age won't really impact him because age impacts those who don't live the right lifestyle. So if you're past your mid-30s, you're going into your 40s, but you're not living the right way. You're not eating the right food. You're not taking care of your body. You're not going to sleep at the right time. You're drinking alcohol. You're taking drugs, etc., etc. Yes, then age will definitely catch up to you. You know, and also depends on how much damage you've taken in your career. How much damage has Oleksandr Usyk taken in his career? Has he ever been knocked out? No. Has he ever been knocked down in his professional career? I don't think so. I haven't seen Oleksandr Usyk legitimately get knocked down. If I'm wrong, please let me know in the comments, but I've not seen Oleksandr Usyk ever get knocked down. How much of a beating has he taken, Oleksandr Usyk? Has he been in a fight where it was a war, where he was cut up, bleeding, he's absolutely getting battered, and they had to pull it off in the last minute and knock the other guy out? I haven't seen that. I mean, he had some tough fights in the middle rounds against AJ, against Fury in the middle rounds, but I wouldn't say he was getting battered. I mean, he had moments where he was facing adversity, but he wasn't getting battered. So Usyk, he hasn't really taken too much of a punishment. His body hasn't really taken much of a dent. So when people are talking about age being a factor, I don't think it will be. I don't think it will be. And Oleksandr Usyk, he's never really relied on fast legs, fast feet, whatever you call it. Do you know what I mean? For me, his footwork is all about positioning. It's all about putting himself in position to offset your movement. He's very smart, very intelligent. A lot of the time, he's using his upper body movement to evade punches. You know what I mean? He doesn't really use his feet as for lateral movement or running around the ring like someone like a Devin Haney. Oleksandr Usyk ain't doing that. He's very smart, very clever. He stays right in front of you. It's the upper body that's moving a lot. That's why you can't hit him. Do you know what I mean? So all this age thing is going to slow down. For me personally, it's not going to happen, man. And also, if we look at recent activity, Oleksandr Usyk fought in December of 2024 against Tyson Fury. Daniel Dubois fought back in September of 2024 against Anthony Joshua. So if we're talking about who's been more active recently, is Oleksandr Usyk. Daniel Dubois hasn't fought for almost a year. I mean, it's July, mid-July, you know, October, August, September is around the corner. So this age thing is not going to happen. What Daniel Dubois needs to be talking about and Don Charles need to be talking about, what they need to be saying is, yo, we have the tactics. You know, we're going to out-jab him or we're going to outbox him. They can't outbox him. I don't think they can out-jab him. You know, what else can you really do? Like, I wanted to see more of a detailed plan from Daniel Dubois. Of course, look, what am I talking about? They're not going to say in the media. They're not going to tell us the plan. But Daniel Dubois is not the greatest of speakers, especially when you put him in front of a camera. He's not a charismatic guy. He's not AJ. He's not a Tyson Fury. He's not a Oleksandr Usyk. He really struggles with the media. Do you know what I mean? So I don't even think he was meant to say what he said about Usyk regarding his age. I think it was just a moment thing and he just said it. I don't think Don Charles is going to be talking about the age. If he has, please send me the clip and I'll analyze it. You know, I don't think Daniel Dubois was meant to say that. But if that's what they're thinking about, if they're hoping that Oleksandr Usyk is going to get old in that ring come Saturday night, mate, they're in for a rude awakening, man. They better go in there, yeah, and try and somehow just bulldoze Oleksandr Usyk and hope that Daniel Dubois does not get tired. Because if we're talking about who's going to slow down in the fight, for me, even though Usyk is the older guy, I think Daniel Dubois will be the one that will slow down. Because one, he's physically is bigger, he's got muscles. You know, those muscles require a lot of oxygen, lactic acids, whatever you call it. Like, for me, Daniel Dubois, he's going to go out there 100 miles an hour, try and throw everything on Oleksandr Usyk, yeah? His muscles are going to get tired and he's going to start getting peppered. He's going to get embarrassed. He's going to get outboxed. You know, there's two things Daniel Dubois and his camp are relying on. Usyk getting old and Daniel Dubois getting a quick knockdown. If these two things don't happen, Daniel Dubois is fucked. Let's be real. He is toast. This is what I've been talking about the whole time. You know, people like Usyk is just a better boxer. He's just a master. He's just a master. And if Don Charles and all the British media, everyone's thinking, yo, Usyk is going to get old. Man, stop thinking that. You guys are crazy, man. You guys are crazy. My people, let me know, man, what you think Let me know what you think in the comments. Is Daniel Dubois, what's he talking about? Usyk's age. Is Usyk really going to get old in the ring? Do you actually believe that? Or is Usyk way too smart, way too intelligent? He knows how to conserve his energy, and he knows how to move around the ring, because that's what I think. I don't think Oleksandr Usyk Father Time catches up with him in the ring come Saturday night. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. I really appreciate it. Once again, thank you so much for watching EMGM Sports. It's me, your boy Enzo. Please don't forget to smash the like button, and if you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, because that's the only way you're gonna help us to grow. I'll be back real soon with another one. Until then, stay blessed, my people. Peace.